The cooperative group is actually unusual compared to a traditional business. It is actually owned by its members, and so it can work to a different set of values. Responsibility to the community, certainly sustainability, what would now be badged as the green agenda, the cooperative has done for 150 years. The cooperative food stores is by far the largest business within the cooperative group. But there's a funeral care business, there's travel business, there's a car business, financial institution. So there's a whole conglomerate of different commercial businesses which actually make up the group.
We've got 123,000 employees. The turnover is around about £14 billion per annum, and we have around about 5 million members. Traditionally, we've used virtualization within our regional distribution centres. When the pickers are actually out on the warehouse floor, they receive instructions in their headset from a computer-generated voice.
6-3.
163, try again.
1.
The regional distribution centres all utilise Citrix and virtualizations to gain access to their central applications. IT underpins the whole operation. Now we're going to the next step, and that's XenDesktop.
The cooperative group really required virtualization and the Citrix technology for a couple of core reasons. We can see the acquisition trail in front of us. We can see the brand relaunching and the reformatting of our outlets, across the whole breadth of the business. And we knew, hand on heart, that we could not respond to that. The data centers were full. Through the Zen server virtualization process, we moved the utilization rate to around the 70% mark, and we cut about 30% of the electricity bill off the cooling. If we've got to be leaner, greener and cheaper than we previously were, virtualization was effectively a no-brainer.
Now we're constructing a new head office. It's iconic, and the cooperative, because of its corporate values, everything is very sustainable and very energy efficient. It really is a manifestation of the rejuvenation of the cooperative business which is taking place currently.
Our new head office programme is really the catalyst for change that we were looking for. The new head office will very much encompass everything that we need to deliver as an employer, focusing on flexible working, hot desking, remote working.
And you only need to look at the next generation, look at what your children do and the devices they use and the way they work, whether it's texting or virtual applications and so on. It's just a given. It's just the way they move, the way they work, the way they communicate. And you've got to respond to that demand in the marketplace.
The workstations that you can see here are hot desks. Any user can log on to any of the machines. Everybody has access to the applications that they need to do their work.
From the deployment of XenDesktop, we expect something in the region of £1.5 million saving per year.
I might need to leave a little early to collect my child from school, but I might still have a full working day to do. With flexible working, I'm enabled to be able to fulfill all my commitments to my home life and meet all my business requirements.
I can choose my commuting times. I can choose to start collecting my emails at 6 in the morning or 10 o'clock at night if I wish. It means I can choose, personally, I can choose when I want to work, where I want to work and how I want to work, which improves, in my view, my efficiency hugely. The organisations that don't adopt these practices are not going to be the whizzy organisations that the next generation of employees will want to go and work for.
Rather than a reliance on an old technology, an old work style, an old culture, to review it, to look at it, to interrogate it a little, to challenge it, to say actually, things have moved on, but have we? That's really the key.